take the cap off the.
He did.
Oh, he did. Okay.
I see you.
All right. Well, this is just going to be a test. Let's just test it out.
Three testers testing the test.
Three testers testing a test.
Testing the waters. Water testing testers. Let me get some agua here.
I already had a little stitch down there in the comments. Just testing live.
I'm watching it pop up.
Are you watching it pop up?
Me?
Yes.
Did I get sent the link to the YouTube video?
You should be able just to go onto the YouTube and just.
Watch the live. It shouldn't be public.
That's
I think it is.
it is public.
Pricks.
Sorry.
That did not sound sorry.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. Okay. If
No.
you don't like
Dietrich Mayfield said test D's.
test
Test Ds.
D's.
Not a commonly used battery size. All right, I could kind of see that there. Yeah, there's the backup with me. Live chat.
Live chat.
Check 1, 2, 3. I do need to come up in some brightness here.
Okay, the only issue I'm going to want to see is I'm going to want to rotate that laptop a little bit for the future.
Oh, I see what it was. Hold on. Back. No. 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 Okay.
You know, when you
Right here.
sit there and you talk to yourself like that, no, 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 it's just it's rather disturbing, you know?
I'm talking to you.
Oh, are you? Because you did not specify that you were talking to me.
I didn't think that was necessary.
You know the beauty about figuring things out on the fly when you go live
What?
is this shit is what it is. You can't take it back. You can't correct it.
Once it's live, it's uncut and raw.
Yeah, I like that right there. It is live uncut.
Happy birthday, America.
It's Independence Day, and we're going live for the first time with Unit E.
Oh goodness me. How you guys
Oh.
doing?
We're
Happy
good.
Fourth.
You?
Doing okay. Lonely over here. Family's gone, so
How
Trying to keep
how would
myself
how
busy.
would it be lonely in Hawaii, sir? I find that hard to believe that in Hawaii you're lonely. Like that does not compute.
it's one of the most isolated places on the planet. We're in the
Is
middle
it
of the
really?
ocean here.
Yeah.
Can you turn your mic up a little bit?
I can, and I could talk a little louder too, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn your mic up a little bit.
Anybody
how
in the
about
chat?
Oh, Nick, what up, Nick?
Yeah, what's up, Nick? Anybody in the chat can let us know
Merrill Darrell?
how the volume sounds. Just
I gotta fix this
leave it.
light issue going on.
Yeah, give us some feedback, guys. Let us know if this is
Yeah,
sounding
Nick.
okay.
Yeah, Nick. I bet the weather is nice in Hawaii. I mean,
It's
in
okay.
Indiana, it's just humid and cornfield, and this guy has the nerve to tell us that he's lonely in Hawaii.
Yeah, come visit.
Hmm.
That's
See,
what I'm
turn that.
trying
I
to
think
do.
you're low on our end.
I'm low on your end.
Yeah. I don't know how the viewers hear
How
you,
can
but
whoa? How's this? Is that low as well?
yeah, the music is a little low.
But I
All right,
can
hold
hear
on.
it fine. Yeah.
Let me get an overall overall boost here. 1, 2, check, check, check. 1, 2.
Check.
Louder.
Check.
No, it's about the same on this end. at
Really?
least. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel okay.
So Marilyn is saying everything sounds great on her end. So maybe we just trust
Okay,
that
so the
everything
stream
sounds
sounds
good.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna just pull it back a little because I'm occasionally hitting that peak if I go
Yep.
too loud. Okay.
Mr. Mayfield says, "Clean your ears."
I'm getting old, bruh. That's
That's
what
what
it
I'm
is. I'm
saying.
sorry. I don't know if you can clean old ears. Can you
You
clean
can.
old
I
ears?
do.
Oh, okay.
You know what? You know what I noticed.
I do know what.
You know what? So we're in our 40s. I'm gonna say mid 40s, and I got hair coming out of my ears, bruh. What's up
Good for you.
with that?
That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
Everybody says it sounds good, so I think we're off to a good start.
Yeah.
All right. If the lights
Um,
keep acting up, I'm gonna leave them alone.
so
All right.
we are going to start ramping things up this late year, and we're going to start doing a lot of live things. We're going to walk
Yeah.
people through the process of how we create, how the music is done, what we bicker about, and how we work with our counterpart brother in Hawaii, Unit E, and how we all collab and get music done, and show you like the process of what it is to like be creative.
Yeah, and
And
Unit E also has a YouTube channel.
yeah,
Unit E,
Yeah.
basically.
Unit E
And
808
there you go.
area code.
And that man right there is responsible for a lot of the sounds you hear. Without him teaching me what I have to do with synthesis, and shout out to Nick at Sweetwater because he is the second counterpart
Yeah, he's
to
where
making
all of
sure
our
we got all the instruments we needed at
yeah
a fair
Yeah.
price.
yeah he's the one. He's the guy at
He's even
Sweetwater.
came out and taken care of you. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
well, we keep him on retainer, don't we? Like
Yeah.
he's like our personal musical lawyer. Like he's like,
There
I
you
don't think
go.
you can purchase this right now until I talk to my
Your
your
musical
counterpart.
consultant, right? Your
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
I don't think your end is willing to release the funds quite yet. Let me consult
right.
with those that may be in charge.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and it keeps me honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You need to
mean,
get someone besides yourself hanging on to that bank account or that checkbook.
They better.
yeah,
I'll
Too
blow it
easy.
all at Sweetwater. It's a good thing I don't work at Sweetwater.
You get a
yeah.
monthly, a weekly bill instead of a check.
Hey, I don't even. Well, people that work at Sweetwater must get a hell of a discount. I know Nick can probably answer that question better than we can, but I would like to think that they get a
You'd be
handsome
surprised.
discount.
Sometimes they get a pretty standard one. They're not going to give them too deep of discounts. I don't think it just from what I've experienced in working with benefits within companies, it doesn't seem like they give you. You're not getting like 80%, 70% stuff. You might
Yeah.
get like 40, 30%.
Right.
I wonder if working at Sweetwater is like working at a casino. If you don't read the policies and procedures, you could probably go bust real fast.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
When I
But
worked at when I was a teenager working at a surf shop, I would just in a skate shop, I'd break boards weekly and just trade in my paycheck for some boards and grip tape.
You
and
see
whatever.
there, that's why you can't. That's why you can't be a diabetic and work at a candy shop.
No,
I wonder if Dietrich can answer that question. He in Vegas. I wonder if casinos hire gambling addicts.
Gamble.
Yeah, yeah.
probably not.
How do they know? How would you know?
There's a very strict course you go through. You have to get training. You have to get on a long, long list.
Oh, I would
Wait to
imagine.
become a dealer
Yeah, I would
in
imagine.
Vegas. So
Yeah, you would have to be on the up and up.
yeah, they do a lot of background checks. You're dealing with other people's money and a lot of it. So they're gonna watch you.
Oh, did you see that Nick comment? Read that Nick comment, B.
Yeah, yeah,
Is Nick making comments?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He says,
Nick. I told
still,
you, Nick.
still
Nick is
got
like our music lawyer, dude. We can't get on this without saying anything
Yeah,
that's going to incriminate us.
Yeah, he says, still got to pay to bring it
Bring
home.
it home, right?
Yeah, yeah. Amen to that. I mean, well, it
Lamont,
keeps
just
Nick.
tell me
Well,
you need one of those Erica Synth night verbs.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hang
But
on to
Nick
one of
Nick
those.
don't carry that.
Dietrich says until you get caught, and that is 100% correct. So you could get the job, you could be on the up and up and pass these here tests and be who they want you to be, but
Yeah.
you can still be a dirty, shady, shysting son of a bitch until you get caught. Yeah, don't get
Don't
caught.
get caught. Yeah. I think that's a
If you're
tip.
gonna go that way, don't get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get caught.
I mean, it answers the question. That's what I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting doing the music live, going
Yeah,
through the
I'm excited
paces.
about this.
Yeah.
But and this is so new, right? Because now you can't hide behind let me get one more take, right? Now it's where you show the practice, where you show
Yeah.
the mistakes, not necessarily mistakes, but does this note work? Does
You
this
show the process. Yeah.
right,
Right.
right? Does this melody work with this? And it's all fun. It's nice to hear the finished product, but I often think to myself like, what is it like for Dave Matthews and them to sit in the studio and write? You know what I mean? Like how many times is he like, nah, I just don't like that rhythm or I don't like that riff. Like, can we go
Right.
here with it? and I always wondered what it was like for them to make the music.
Yeah, it's that whole behind the band, behind the scenes kind of thing, but a little more modern take on it, I would think.
Right.
And it's a follow the process, and a lot of people are interested because they too are going through the process. And
Yeah.
one, it's a great learning tool if we, especially if we communicate about what we're doing, and kind of talk about some things as we sit down after the creating period, kind of talk about what we did. And, you know, I would encourage people that are watching to leave comments about what their feelings or thoughts are on it, you know,
Yeah.
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 because
It's
it'd be great to have the input because they're there for it. They're there
right.
watching. They might be like, ooh, it'd be like, get a horn sound or get this pad or, whatever they're saying. Like, what, just hearing thoughts and ideas of other people, not necessarily having to implement it,
Right.
just hearing them out and taking them as they are.
Well, it's a universal language, right? So if a musician is watching, or maybe not a person that just knows music, and it's like it'd be cool if you just like added that sound, and I think that would be a good idea if we could do
Yeah.
that, especially if we're just jamming and somebody
Yeah.
says, "Hey, why don't you guys try doing this?" and we find
Yeah.
it and we implement. That way, they have
Yeah.
that feeling of like, "Oh, I'm in on this too," and
Well,
we
yeah,
can
we
just
can kind of all
build
talk
this
about
together.
it and
Right,
agree. Yeah, that
right,
Right.
idea. Let's try that. Yeah, we'll try that, after the show or something like that.
Right.
and
So
there's a
tune in
whole
later this week. We're going to use that and finish this jam we're doing. So
yeah,
in the next episode.
And maybe we do like a feature. Maybe we do because Nick is a great musician
Yeah,
over
that'd
at
be great to
Sweetwater.
feature
Maybe
people.
we
I
do
got a few people too.
yeah,
yeah,
maybe we
yeah.
do a feature and do something special 3 times out of the year, and we incorporate a fan.
Yeah, yeah. Something
Yeah.
about it though puts out that vulnerability. This is like outside of your norm, like
Hmm.
going
Yeah.
live and putting yourself out there. I would say it's just as exciting and nerve wracking as going live on a stage in front of people.
Yeah, because
Hmm.
you're vulnerable to mistakes.
Big
Right.
stage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big stage.
Hmm. And
You know.
even with the genre we're in, like, well, Lamar and I came from a live band, drummer, guitarist,
Hmm.
so that was one thing. But people think if, oh, you're into digital music now, there's not really a whole lot of mistakes. And boy,
No,
if
there's
you don't
equal
go in
amount, if not
prepared,
more.
Right.
say that again.
There were equal, if not more, mistakes. I would think
Right.
Right. Right.
because one is learning a whole new thing that it's not the same workflow, if you want to use that term, as a live musician. Like, Lamar, you could tell you sit down, your guitar, it's your one instrument, you know how to make it do what you want it to do. And you've learned through that and you've learned through playing with others in a band. And both you guys, by playing, you know how to pick up on notes, emotions, modalities, that kind of stuff, and go with it. So bringing that into the electronic is a benefit because you can, once you've learned how to implement that into those
Right.
electronic devices, you could really bring a lot out of them,
Yeah.
more
Ma-
than just knowing how to use it and plucking along.
Right.
Mayfield says, "If only we had these thoughts 25 years ago." You're still inspiring to be you. Yeah, if we had like 25 years ago, if we had this type of technology, let's just hold on. I think we'd be a lot further along, right? Because back then we had to really hustle and grind. It was like literally cassette tapes
Yeah.
out of your trunk.
Yeah.
Remember?
DATs. What
No,
were they called?
that
ADATs?
was
Yeah,
longer than 25, man. 25 was just 1999.
yeah,
Oh my God. Yeah. Were they called ADATs?
There,
D.
there's
Were they called ADATs, Dietrich?
or
I forgot what the.
yeah,
Where did we record our first rap
and
stuff
there's like
on?
the mini discs, the
Ye-
Sony
mini
mini
Yeah,
disc.
like
discs.
little tapes.
Yeah,
I
the
see
ADATs.
Nick is goo goo gaga over that pink Solar 42.
Yeah. I see that.
Wait till you hear that thing, Nick. You're like, we're
Jesus.
really gonna get into these Solar 42s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mayfield says, yeah, that they were called DATs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that
it's
is, yeah.
definitely changed the game because now look how we're able to do this.
We're going to
Live
attempt
together.
to
You're in
collaborate together.
yeah, you're in Hawaii,
Mhm.
we're in Indiana, and technology has definitely benefited.
And then our other viewers are basically letters,
Yeah,
but we know who they are, and that's cool because we're all in this thing together. So
Right.
that's pretty dope.
right.
Who knows if a viewer will be able to join a jam sometime in like might be able to add something, or
Right.
Right.
because
Right.
the way
And that's
these
what I
things
meant.
work out,
Like,
this Riverside thing and this thing allows multiple people to kind of
Right.
right.
get together. It'd be fun to,
Community
once we've got
created.
down
Yes.
two
Yeah.
different, two different sources, remote locations. Once we kind of got that down,
Hmm.
see who else wants to kind of
So, Nick and
play around.
Dietrich, if you guys are still watching, we're on Riverside streaming. Um, look into it for future purposes.
It's
And
nice.
then later down the line, we could figure out, because D is a good lyricist. He got bars.
There you
So,
go.
I mean, we can walk down all genres. I would really want to hear Nick and his banjo. He
Yeah.
keeps saying he's such a beast and the monster on it, but I never hear the guy
Prove it.
play it. So
Prove it.
prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prove it. Put yourself out there. Put your money where your mouth is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Riverside.
I can't wait.
I like this.
It's a streaming.
We only have maybe 15 more minutes for this live test. So whatever y'all want to talk about.
Well, let me just brush up this real quick. Seeming how we're on the topic of technology, I'm just going to throw this question out there to everybody, even the viewers. Do you think not being a known artist, do you think you should stay in the studio, use YouTube or whatever media site to do your shows and your gigs to get the fan base? Or do you think it's worth it to pack up your truck, pack up all your gear, go somewhere where they don't know you, and just play live at gigs? Where would you guys start? Now that you have this technology and opportunity to do this, where would you start?
Is that what you're asking the audience?
I'm asking everybody.
Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That includes you.
That includes me, but I already know that answer. Thanks to Custom Cut Studios, I know that answer.
Right. I
Well-
mean, if you're going to push to really make something of it, you're going to want to get out there and put your name out there, and make a presence. And I feel being able to go and travel is the way to do it. Where would you go? Is that the question? Where would you go
Right.
first?
I mean,
and who are you going to play
and
for?
who you going to play?
And who's going to really give a fuck?
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. You go. You're going to pick, I guess, your destination based on your feelings or your research of your music and where you think it might fit. Maybe similar genre artists or something like that you can kind of link to, see where they're popular and go there first.
Yeah.
So the question is, Nick, if you're a new artist, where do you make your debut? Do you stay in the studio and build a fan base, or do you devote all of your energy towards getting out in the public and playing in front of a crowd of 1, 2, 3 people, depending on where you put yourself? Which option do you go with?
I'm definitely the live if you want to make something. You go head to Sweetwater. They got that lunchtime.
They do have a lunchtime
Concert.
stage.
Yeah, they have that
But
stage
I
where
mean,
you
that's a
can sign
lot
up.
of packing and unpacking. If you ask me, I think it's better to stick into the studio right now. And then once you build at least maybe 10,000 people and you can sell off some tickets in a designated area, then I'm like, okay, I'm going to play in front of people who like the craft, who like the style.
They've already
versus-
seen you online.
Well, I mean, you have to start somewhere. And I think like online, to me, it makes sense. It makes sense to
It's a
it-
soft start. It's an easy
look
way
at how
to
much
put
money
yourself
you
out there
can
without
save.
too much investment.
Yeah.
Right,
Look
right.
at how much money
Yeah.
you can save, and you're actually building people who actually want to come see you, who actually care about your music.
Yeah. Mayfield says do all three, which that is definitely like you
Yeah,
could do that
what
even if you're
first?
using the outside performance as like let's just say a practice session. So doing all three
Yeah.
is really dope. But then Nick says might feel more comfortable staying in studio and go out and open until comfortable with the stage. And that could be good for people that are learning to build up that confidence to
Sure.
get their craft done.
Mhm.
So that is another valid point too. And I think that
Absolutely.
holds a lot of merit.
Yeah, I think it does too. They both make great points. Yeah, all three, absolutely. If you're capable of being comfortable presenting out each of those ways, you're going to grow your audience the quickest. And kind of getting the building the confidence streaming and being in the studio and practicing jams and putting together your songs and your sets, that is a very methodical, practiced way to go about it. Where when you do step onto that stage, you're doing it with confidence. Whereas if you just
Right.
decide that's the way you're going to go from first step, that I'm going to go live and that's how I'm going to learn, it's it, it's I guess not volatile is not a word, but the correct word, but it can go either way real quick because it's a real learning ground, and you're not only building skill, but you're also trying to build confidence in doing it.
Right.
Right.
But how much, like, when we were doing it on stage for the first time, we would have 3 or 4 people show up continuously, and it would be
Cool.
devastating. How do you how do you not succumb to that feeling? Like, a lot of people don't want to be devastated. When people come
Sure.
out of their studio or their garage or wherever and they
And they're
go
proud of their
somewhere
craft or art. And
and they're consistently being devastated, that weighs in on people's mentality. It
why are
makes
they
you not want to
devastated?
go out again.
True. But I believe the devastation is coming from expectation.
Right.
So
So they're
if
building up this big grand opera type feel, and
you
it's
you
not going to
think you're
be
great, I
right.
think I'm
Right.
awesome. I'm gonna go
Right.
share my awesomeness with everybody, and
Right.
5 other people think you're awesome too.
Well, so and then Nick has the point too. You can't build an audience online. People don't know where to find you, and that's true too, right? So you at some point, like what Mayfield said, maybe doing all three is a must. You know, maybe you still
Absolutely.
have to do some legwork just so you can get like hand cards out, or hey,
That's
this
your
is my
local
right,
Okay,
crowd, your
but
local
that's
fan base.
marketing. That's
right.
not going out and performing.
Well,
It
you
should
could
be
use the
all in
place.
one. You should be performing and then selling T-shirts after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
Anyway,
saying go out, pass cards out is one thing.
Well, while you're out doing your
Yeah,
thing,
I mean,
you want to be able to like so people can find you, or like you still could do it online, but you're going to have to put out so much content daily to get your channel, up and
well,
going.
hmm
and
You could still
online,
do it.
it's hard with online to get local fan base because it's a global platform. So when you do go out, you can't draw in a lot of your
Locals,
internet fan base
right?
because
It's
they're
so
not
wide.
they're not in
s-
town. They're out of your radius of coming to your show.
so
So
here's
you
the issue.
traveling, yeah, making little like getting together something, getting a fan base, finding where those subscribers generate from. Are they from UK? Are they from Japan? Are they from where? Go book a small little tour there of little pubs or venues of like-minded electronic artists, and that will pull that crowd, and they might bring their friends, and you might get some random locals. So that would be that going out touring part, and
Here's
of
the
course the
issue, B.
studio and
Here's the issue. I
mhm,
can see right now with all that, doing that by yourself, you're going to be extremely short-handed.
sure.
It's You're going to need some people that believe in you, a team that believes in you, who's not expecting anything in return.
That's those 5 people that kept showing up at the show.
Yeah, for real. You give them a badge if
I
you
just
like it.
see I just see a lot of issues with. I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree with all three, or
Mhm.
even when Nick says more. But it seems to me when if you look at studios that hand out contracts and they have these awesome teams that market you and pump you up, that all sounds good and dandy to do it three, do all three, but who helps you do that? You can only do so much and then uh, spend time on your craft, time on the performance. You almost need 3 or 4 other people working different angles to help you create this.
True, and
We're
I think
shorthanded and it's 2 of us. We can't find anybody for the life of us to
mhm,
help go out on the field and like film. So we're
Well,
both in the shot
yeah,
and we got, go
right.
ahead, go
but
ahead.
it has to be their thing too. Like if you want to incorporate
And
people
that's
from
what
the
I'm
outside,
saying.
no one's going to put 100% behind your dream unless they share like kind of the same dream, or if they're really close enough, family, good personal friend who wants
Who
to
just is
have
a
that
support.
adventure
Yeah,
with you, that support, yeah, with you. Then I can see you getting help that way. But that it's when it comes to your own craft, it's really an isolated thing that you're going to have to like put the effort out.
right. it's going to be your effort is, you know, effort over time equals growth, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It's
So,
not it's not until you have the growth.
But
of
it's
the,
slower growth, I tell you.
yeah, it
yeah,
is.
because by yourself, of course, it's slower. It's
Yep.
Mhm.
you're doing it on your own. You can only do so much, and you got to take it a little at a time. But that growth is, you know, honest and hard earned. And through that, you're hoping you will grow a team. You'll find someone that'll be like, hey, you seem to be doing a lot trying to push yourself on the social. Let me get all that set up, promote all that stuff out there, get people to know who you are, make sure you're doing videos. I'll follow you around with your phone and film you doing things and posting it up on Instagram, or, you know, that stuff gathers people's awareness of you. Then they
Right.
could, you know, then it draws them into your hub, your channels, your web page, your whatever you have, you know. And then through there, you just have to work in your promotions. And if you're doing a live stream, throwing, hey, we're hitting up, you know, Detroit this weekend, we're going to be at blah blah blah, you know, throwing that out there. So anyone that hears that at the time gets to go, and if they don't, you know, it's still out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you know, they're all right, you know, and you know, getting comfortable in the studio and whatnot, and doing the stage after it it helps support that facet by getting ready in the studio, I think.
all right. And yeah, I agree. So with that, we have to go and we have to wrap up this celebration of America. This was a good,
Wrap it up.
quick test conversation. Great piece. We're gonna be doing more of this
We're gonna try and do this as much
as
as
much as
possible.
possible. So
I
One
know.
a person told us do 100 videos consistently for 100 days. So we're gonna aim towards 97 of them.
yeah,
I'll
95.
join the ones
95
I
and a half.
can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you
yeah, there you go. Thanks for tuning in on this little
Yeah,
quick test.
that's a
B,
fun
thank
test.
you for
Yeah.
doing what you do, and
Yeah,
thanks for
thank you
the
guys.
people for showing up. We appreciate it, and we're going to get out of here. So until next time,
Aloha.
aloha. You get the privilege to say that. We don't
Everybody
have
can
that
say it.
privilege.
Aloha is global. Love is worldwide, right?
Yeah, for real. All right.
All right, peace. I'm out.
Peace.
I'm gonna leave.
Later.
Hang up the phone.
All right. Hang the phone up. Get out of here.